South Africa is a land of extraordinary contrast and breathtaking beauty, often called the kingdom of wild nature. Here the wild reigns supreme, and every sunrise brings a new chapter in the ancient story of survival. As dawn breaks, golden light spills across the savannah, illuminating herds of antelope grazing in the mist. Giraffes stretch their necks to nibble on acacia leaves, while zebras flick their tails, ever watchful for the distant silhouette of a stalking predator. Situated at the very southern tip of the vast African continent, this country holds a unique position. Its wild heart beats between mountains and sea, where the land seems to stretch endlessly, shaped by time and the elements. It is here that two great oceans converge, the cold, nutrient-rich Atlantic Benguela current from the west and the warm, life-giving Indian Agulhas current from the east. Their meeting churns the waters, creating swirling eddies and a coastline alive with possibility. Along these shores, tide pools brim with darting fish and scuttling crabs, while seals bask on sun-warmed rocks. Dolphins leap through the surf, and beneath the waves kelp forests sway, sheltering a hidden world of colour and movement. Inland, the wilderness stretches unbroken, rolling grasslands, tangled forests and arid deserts, each a stage for the drama of life. Herds of wildebeest thunder across the plains, sending clouds of dust into the air, while warthogs root in the earth for hidden tubers. The country's geography is as varied as its wildlife. Towering peaks give way to deep valleys, and ancient forests cloak the land in green, echoing with the calls of birds and the rustle of unseen creatures. Spanning over 1.2 million square kilometres, South Africa contains no fewer than 8 major ecoregions. The vast, sun-baked plains of the Karoo stretch to the horizon, while along the coast lush subtropical forests drip with moisture, alive with the hum of insects and the flash of wings. This immense variety of habitats allows an astonishing number of species to thrive. In the grasslands, cheetahs sprint after impalas, while in the forests, elusive leopards melt into the shadows, their golden eyes watching from above. Imagine a single nation that is home to nearly 20 national parks, each a sanctuary for a different facet of this natural jewel. Here the wild is protected, and the ancient rhythms of life continue undisturbed. The very ground beneath your feet tells a story billions of years old. The Kapval Craton, one of Earth's most ancient rock foundations, formed over 3.6 billion years ago, stands as silent witness to the passage of time. Across this ancient terrain, herds migrate in search of water, predators stalk their prey, and every creature plays its part in the endless cycle of life and death. It is no surprise, then, that South Africa is recognized as a global biodiversity hotspot. Here, rare plants bloom in hidden valleys, and unique animals, found nowhere else on Earth, make their homes in the wild. The numbers alone are staggering, with approximately 259 different mammal species, from the secretive aardvark that emerges only at night, to the mighty lion whose roar echoes across the plains. Each animal is a vital thread in the fabric of life, and above, a remarkable 858 species of birds fill the sky with colour and song. From the tiny sunbird sipping nectar to the regal fish-eagle soaring over rivers, the air is alive with movement and melody. From the smallest shrew darting beneath the leaves to the largest elephant lumbering through the grasslands, each creature has found its niche within these complex ecosystems. Their lives are woven together in a delicate balance. The land is marked by the tracks of countless feet, hoof, paw and claw, each telling a story of survival. At dusk, animals gather at waterholes, sharing a moment of peace before the night brings new challenges. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Insects pollinate flowers, ensuring the next generation of plants, while reptiles bask on sun-warmed rocks, conserving energy for the hunt. South Africa serves as a living laboratory, a place where we can witness the processes of evolution and adaptation in real time. Predators and prey engage in a silent dance, each adapting to the other's moves in a never-ending contest of wits and strength. This incredible natural heritage is not just a collection of plants and animals. It is a dynamic, interconnected system. Every life, no matter how small, is part of a vast web that stretches across the land. Every river carves its path through the grasslands, nourishing the earth. Mountains stand sentinel over the plains, and the wind whispers through the grass, carrying seeds and stories alike. The changing seasons bring new challenges and opportunities. Life-giving summer rains transform the savannas into a sea of green, and animals revel in the abundance, raising their young in the safety of tall grass. But as the dry winter arrives, the land turns dusty and water grows scarce. Herds travel great distances in search of sustenance, and only the most resilient survive until the rains return. As we begin our journey into this remarkable world, we will discover the stories of its most famous residents: the lion, the elephant, the rhino, the leopard and the buffalo, each a symbol of Africa's untamed spirit, each playing a vital role in the balance of the wild. We will explore their lives and struggles, witnessing the timeless dance of predator and prey, and the ongoing cycles that ensure these wild plains remain alive for generations to come. There is perhaps no animal that captures the essence of the African wilderness more than the lion. Revered as the king of beasts, the lion's presence is both awe-inspiring and vital to the balance of the savannah. With its powerful build and magnificent mane, the male lion is an undeniable symbol of strength and royalty. The mane, often dark and imposing, not only signals maturity and health, but also offers protection during fierce battles with rivals. Yet the true power of the lion lies not just in one individual, but in its family, known as a pride. The pride is the heart of lion society, a close-knit group whose survival depends on cooperation and unity. These social groups, which typically consist of 5 to 15 members, are complex societies governed by strong bonds and strict hierarchies. Each lion has a role, from nurturing cubs to defending territory, and their interactions are filled with subtle gestures, nuzzles, grooming and playful sparring, that reinforce their social structure. A pride is usually made up of related lionesses, their cubs, and a few dominant males. The lionesses, often sisters or cousins, form the core of the group, raising their young communally and sharing the responsibilities of protection and care. The males, often brothers who form a coalition, work together to defend their territory and their family from rival lions, a task that requires constant vigilance and immense courage. Their deep roars and imposing presence serve as both a warning and a challenge to intruders. Life within the pride is a cooperative effort, especially when it comes to hunting. The lionesses, agile and strategic, coordinate their movements with remarkable precision, using the cover of tall grasses and the element of surprise. The lionesses are the primary hunters, using teamwork and strategy to take down large prey like buffalo and giraffes. They fan out in a semicircle, silently stalking their quarry, then burst forth in a sudden explosive chase. Each hunt is a test of patience, skill and endurance. Their hunting success rate is around 30 to 40%, a testament to the difficulty of their task. Prey animals are swift and vigilant, and a failed hunt means another day of hunger for the pride. Lions often hunt under the cover of darkness, using their excellent night vision to gain an advantage. The cool night air allows them to move more efficiently, and the darkness conceals their approach as they close in on unsuspecting prey. After a successful hunt, the males typically eat first, followed by the lionesses and then the cubs. This feeding order is strictly enforced, and even the youngest cubs learn to wait their turn, watching the adults with eager anticipation. A pride may travel an average of 8 kilometers each day, patrolling a vast territory that can span up to 200 square kilometers. Their thunderous roars echo for miles, marking their domain and warning rivals to keep their distance. The journey to adulthood is perilous for a young lion. Cubs face threats from predators such as hyenas and leopards, as well as starvation and disease. Only the strongest and most fortunate survive to maturity. Male cubs are forced to leave their birth pride when they are 2 or 3 years old, embarking on a nomadic life. These young males wander the plains, often forming small coalitions with other outcasts, learning to hunt and survive on their own, until they are strong enough to challenge for a territory of their own. This is a dangerous time, filled with uncertainty and conflict. Young males must avoid established coalitions and navigate a landscape filled with threats, both from other lions and from the harsh realities of the wild. When a new coalition of males successfully takes over a pride, a tragic but natural event often occurs: infanticide. The new males assert their dominance, reshaping the pride's future. The new males will kill the young cubs of their predecessors. This brutal act, though heartbreaking, is a part of the lion's evolutionary strategy. This seemingly cruel act serves a biological purpose, as it brings the lionesses back into estrus, allowing the new males to father their own offspring and secure their genetic legacy. The cycle of life and death is ever present in the pride. The lion's habitat is as varied as it is vast. In South Africa, lions roam the open savannas, dense bushveld and riverine woodlands, each landscape offering unique challenges and opportunities. The tall grasses provide cover for stalking, while scattered acacia trees offer shade from the relentless sun. It is estimated that between 1,500 and 2,000 lions live within the boundaries of Kruger National Park, spread across roughly 20 to 25 prides. Each pride carves out its own territory, adapting to the rhythms of the land and the migrations of prey. Lions are ecosystem engineers, shaping the environment through their predatory role. By controlling populations of large herbivores, they help maintain the balance of the savannah, preventing overgrazing and allowing a diversity of plant and animal life to flourish. Every aspect of the lion's life is intertwined with the ecosystem. Cubs learn to stalk and pounce by playing in the grass, while adults teach them the skills they will need to survive. The pride's movements are dictated by the availability of water and prey, and their presence influences the behavior of every animal on the plains. The roar of the lion is a sound that defines the African night, a powerful reminder of the wild spirit that we must strive to preserve. As apex predators, lions are not just icons of strength. They are guardians of the savannah, their fate inseparable from the land they rule. While the lion commands the savannah with its roar, another of the big five moves through the landscape like a silent phantom, the leopard. Unlike the lion, whose presence is often announced by sound and spectacle, the leopard is a master of invisibility, slipping through the bush with barely a whisper. Its movements are so fluid and calculated that even the most attentive eyes may miss its passage. This is a creature of immense grace and stealth, a master of camouflage whose spotted coat allows it to melt into the dappled light of the bush. Each rosette on its fur is a perfect mimicry of the shifting shadows and sunbeams, rendering the leopard almost invisible as it lies in wait or glides between the trees. Leopards are solitary and largely nocturnal, making them one of the most difficult of all the large cats to observe in the wild. As dusk falls, their world awakens. The leopard's senses are finely tuned to the darkness, its vision sharp, its hearing acute, and its movements ghost-like. It glides through the night, unseen and unheard, a true shadow of the African wilderness. The leopard's hunting technique is a study in patience and precision. It selects its prey with care, often targeting the weak, the young, or the distracted. With its body pressed low to the ground, it moves inch by inch, using every tuft of grass and every patch of shadow as cover. The approach is slow, deliberate, and almost hypnotic as the leopard closes the distance to within a few meters of its target. Their adaptability is legendary, allowing them to thrive in a wide range of habitats, from dense forests to rocky hills. In each environment, the leopard adjusts its hunting style, using thick undergrowth for concealment in forests or rocky outcrops for vantage points in the hills. No two hunts are ever quite the same, and the leopard's ability to read its surroundings is unmatched. Even on the fringes of the wild, the leopard remains a ghost, rarely seen and even more rarely heard. Its secretive nature allows it to coexist with other formidable predators, avoiding direct confrontation through cunning and discretion. The leopard's hunting strategy is a marvel of efficiency and strength. When the moment is right, it explodes from cover in a burst of speed and power, its muscles rippling beneath its coat. The attack is swift and silent, often over in seconds, as the leopard clamps its jaws around the throat of its prey, suffocating it with a vice-like grip. After making a kill, which can be anything from a small rodent to an antelope much larger than itself, a leopard will often perform an extraordinary feat. It will drag its heavy prize high up into the branches of a tree, securing it away from the reach of opportunistic scavengers like lions and hyenas. This remarkable display of strength and agility is unique among the big cats, and it is a testament to the leopard's solitary survival strategy. This behavior is a crucial survival tactic, ensuring that the leopard can feed on its hard-won meal for several days without disturbance. From its lofty perch, the leopard keeps a watchful eye on the ground below, ever alert to the approach of other predators. Their incredible power allows them to hoist carcasses weighing twice their own body weight several meters off the ground, a display of raw strength that is truly awe-inspiring. The leopard's muscles work in perfect harmony, each movement calculated and efficient. For a leopard cub, the world is full of dangers, and survival is a constant challenge. From the moment they are born, cubs must remain hidden, relying on their mother's cunning and the dense cover of the bush to evade detection by predators. Like lions, leopards are vulnerable to infanticide. The threat comes not only from rival males, but also from other predators such as hyenas and even large birds of prey. Studies in reserves have shown that when a new male takes over a territory, he may kill the cubs of the previous male, a grim reality that accounts for nearly half of all cub deaths. This brutal act is part of the natural order, ensuring that only the strongest and most cunning survive. This ensures the female will be ready to mate with him sooner, continuing the cycle of life in the wild. The mother leopard must use all her cunning to protect her young, hiding them in dense thickets or rocky lairs, moving them frequently to avoid detection by other predators. While she goes off to hunt, the cubs remain motionless and silent, their only hope for survival lying in their ability to remain unseen. She raises them alone, teaching them the essential skills of stealth, stalking and killing that they will need to survive on their own. The lessons are harsh and unforgiving, but they are the key to the cub's future independence. Female leopards establish home ranges of about 20 to 40 square kilometers, carefully patrolling their boundaries and avoiding unnecessary encounters with rivals. Males command much larger territories that often overlap with those of several females, but direct confrontations are rare. Instead, leopards communicate through scent marks and vocalizations, maintaining a delicate balance of coexistence. These territories are marked with scent signals, a silent language that communicates ownership and reproductive status to other leopards. Each mark is a message, a warning, and an invitation, all at once. In the wild, the leopard's greatest challenges come not from humans, but from its interactions with other wildlife. Lions, hyenas, and wild dogs are all potential threats, and the leopard must use every ounce of its cunning to avoid them. When faced with competition, the leopard relies on its agility and stealth, often retreating into the trees or vanishing into the undergrowth rather than risking a direct confrontation. Even among the big five, the leopard's elusive nature sets it apart. It is a creature of mystery, rarely seen but always present, its presence felt in the rustle of leaves and the fleeting glimpse of a shadow. To truly understand the leopard is to appreciate the art of disappearance, the mastery of silence, and the delicate balance it maintains with the other inhabitants of the wild. The leopard is not just a predator, it is the very spirit of the untamed African wilderness, forever elusive, forever wild. The African bush elephant, Loxodonta africana, is not only the largest land animal on Earth, but also one of the most intelligent and emotionally complex. Towering up to 4 meters at the shoulder and weighing as much as 7 tons, these giants are a living testament to the wonders of evolution. Their presence on the African plains is both awe-inspiring and essential to the health of the ecosystem. African elephants live in intricate social structures, typically forming tight-knit family groups led by a matriarch, the oldest and most experienced female. These herds are composed of related females and their young, while adult males usually roam alone or form smaller bachelor groups. The matriarch is the heart of the herd, guiding her family with wisdom accumulated over decades. She remembers the locations of waterholes, safe migration routes, and the best feeding grounds even in times of drought or crisis. Her memory is a living map, passed down through generations, ensuring the survival of her kin. A matriarch can recall water sources within a 50-kilometre radius, even after more than a year has passed. This remarkable memory is crucial during the dry season when resources are scarce and the survival of the herd depends on her knowledge. The bonds within these family units are incredibly strong. Elephants display a wide range of social behaviours, from gentle caresses and playful interactions to elaborate greeting ceremonies. When a member of the herd is lost, elephants have been observed to mourn, lingering near the remains and touching the bones with their trunks, a sign of their deep emotional lives. Daily life for an elephant revolves around the search for food and water. Their massive bodies require vast amounts of sustenance. An adult can spend up to 16 hours a day foraging, consuming a diverse diet of grasses, leaves, bark and fruit. An adult elephant can drink up to 200 litres of water and consume around 150 kilograms of vegetation in a single day. Their constant movement across the landscape helps to shape the environment, opening up pathways and dispersing seeds. The elephant's trunk is its most extraordinary feature, a fusion of nose and upper lip, containing over 40,000 individual muscle bundles. This versatile appendage is used for breathing, smelling, drinking, grabbing, and even producing sound. With their trunks, elephants can perform feats of both strength and delicacy. They can uproot entire trees to access roots and bark, or pluck a single blade of grass or berry with astonishing precision. The trunk is also a vital tool for social interaction, used to touch, comfort and communicate with other elephants, as well as to care for their young. Elephants use their trunks to spray themselves with water or dust, protecting their sensitive skin from the harsh African sun and biting insects. Mothers gently caress their calves, reinforcing the strong bonds that hold the herd together. Communication among elephants is astonishingly sophisticated. They use a combination of vocalizations, body language and touch to convey information and emotions. Beyond the familiar trumpeting, elephants produce low-frequency rumbles known as infrasound, which can travel through the ground and air for several kilometers, far beyond the range of human hearing. These infrasound messages allow herds to communicate over vast distances, coordinating movements, warning of danger, and even signaling the readiness to mate. Elephants can detect these vibrations through their sensitive feet, picking up subtle cues from the earth itself. This complex network of communication helps maintain social cohesion, resolve conflicts, and strengthen alliances between different herds. It is a language of rumbles, trumpets, and subtle gestures, a secret conversation that shapes the lives of these remarkable animals. The African landscape is alive with these silent conversations, a constant exchange of information that connects elephants across the plains, binding them together in a web of social and ecological relationships. Elephants are true ecosystem engineers. By knocking down trees and clearing brush, they create open spaces that benefit countless other species, from grazing antelope to ground-nesting birds. Their feeding habits help maintain the balance between woodland and grassland, preventing any one habitat from dominating and ensuring a rich diversity of life. Elephant dung is a vital part of the ecosystem, packed with seeds that pass unharmed through their digestive system. As elephants travel, they disperse these seeds far and wide, helping to regenerate forests and bushland. During the dry season, elephants use their tusks and feet to dig deep into dry riverbeds, uncovering hidden water sources. These waterholes become lifelines for countless other animals, from antelope to birds, sustaining life through the harshest months. The presence of elephants shapes the very fabric of the African wilderness. Their movements, behaviors, and interactions create and maintain habitats that support a dazzling array of wildlife. Protecting elephants is not just about saving a single species. It is about preserving the intricate web of life that makes the African plains one of the most extraordinary places on Earth. In the heart of South Africa's wild plains, two of the most iconic and resilient members of the Big Five roam, each with their own remarkable story of survival. The Cape buffalo, often called the Black Death by those who know its reputation, is a creature of immense power and unpredictable temperament. With a single glance, its deep-set eyes seem to hold the secrets of the savannah, and its massive horns curve like ancient weapons forged for battle. These formidable bovines are rarely alone. Instead, they move as a living tide, herds sometimes numbering in the hundreds, sweeping across the grasslands in search of food and water. The unity of the herd is their greatest strength, a living fortress against the ever-present threat of predators. When danger looms, especially from a pride of lions lurking in the tall grass, the herd's response is swift and coordinated. The adults form a tight circle, horns outward, encasing the calves and weaker members at the centre. The bulls, with their massive frames and lethal horns, stand as sentinels, ready to charge at a moment's notice. This collective defence is more than just a tactic, it's a testament to the deep social bonds that tie the herd together. Buffalo communicate through low rumbles and subtle gestures, maintaining cohesion and order even in the chaos of a predator's attack. While a single buffalo is a formidable opponent, the herd's unity transforms them into an unstoppable force, one that even the most determined predators hesitate to challenge. The daily rhythm of the Cape buffalo is shaped by the endless search for food. As grazers, they feast on the abundant grasses of the savannah, their broad muzzles sweeping through the vegetation with methodical precision. Yet, the African plains are not always generous. In the dry season, when the grasses wither and waterholes shrink, the buffalo adapt, turning to tough shrubs and leaves, their powerful jaws crushing even the most unyielding foliage. To sustain their massive bodies, each buffalo must consume between 6 and 17 kilograms of dry matter every day. This relentless need for food drives their migrations and shapes the landscape itself. Water, too, is a lifeline. Buffalo are seldom found far from a water source, and the sight of a herd gathered at a muddy waterhole is a classic image of the African wild. On scorching afternoons, the buffalo indulge in wallowing, rolling and lounging in the mud, their bodies caked in a protective layer. This behaviour is more than simple pleasure. The mud cools their skin and shields them from biting insects and parasites, offering relief from the relentless African sun. Sharing these vast plains is another legend of the wild, the black rhinoceros. Solitary and elusive, the black rhino is a living relic, its lineage stretching back millions of years. Unlike its larger cousin, the white rhino, which grazes on grass with a wide square mouth, the black rhino is a browser. Its pointed prehensile upper lip is perfectly adapted for grasping leaves and twigs from thorny bushes. With remarkable dexterity, the black rhino plucks tender shoots and tough branches alike, thriving on a diet that includes over 80 different plant species. Their digestive systems are so specialized that they can process plants mildly toxic to other animals, giving them a unique advantage in the competition for food. The black rhino's preferred habitats are often harsh, semi-arid savannas and scrublands where water is scarce. Yet they are masters of endurance, able to survive up to 5 days without drinking, drawing moisture from the plants they eat. These solitary wanderers move with a quiet strength, their presence a reminder of Africa's ancient past. Each step they take is a testament to their resilience in a world that is constantly changing. But the black rhino's story is also one of tragedy. Over the past century, relentless poaching for their horns has decimated their numbers, driving them to the brink of extinction. By the end of 2023, only about 2,065 black rhinos remained in South Africa, a mere shadow of their former population scattered across the vast emptiness of the savannah. Yet against all odds, the black rhino endures. Each survivor is a symbol of hope, a testament to the resilience of life in the wild. In their daily lives, black rhinos are not truly alone. They share a remarkable partnership with the red-billed oxpecker, a small bird that rides on their backs, feeding on ticks and parasites. These vigilant birds serve as living alarm systems, screeching at the first sign of danger. Their warning calls can double the distance at which a rhino detects an approaching threat, giving the rhino precious moments to react. This delicate symbiosis is just one example of the intricate web of life that binds the inhabitants of the savannah together. In a world of constant challenges, it is these connections between buffalo and herd, rhino and oxpecker that make survival possible and that keep the wild heart of South Africa beating strong. Beyond the celebrated Big Five, the South African plains are alive with a remarkable array of wildlife, each species uniquely adapted to the challenges of survival in this vast and unpredictable landscape. Among these, the hyena, wild dog and zebra stand out for their extraordinary social structures, hunting strategies and resilience. The spotted hyena is perhaps one of the most misunderstood predators in Africa. With their sloping backs and haunting calls, hyenas have long been cast as villains, but their true nature is far more complex. Far from being mere scavengers, hyenas are formidable hunters. They possess keen senses and remarkable intelligence, allowing them to track and outwit prey across the open plains. Their hunting tactics are both opportunistic and strategic, often involving coordinated group efforts to isolate and exhaust their targets. In fact, research reveals that up to 95% of a hyena's diet comes from their own kills, not leftovers. Their ability to consume nearly every part of their prey, including skin and bone, makes them some of the most efficient carnivores in the ecosystem. Hyenas live in large, intricate social groups known as clans, which can number up to 130 individuals. These clans are matriarchal, led by a dominant female whose authority is absolute. Social bonds are maintained through complex vocalizations, grooming, and displays of dominance, creating a tightly knit community where cooperation and competition go hand in hand. Their physical adaptations are equally impressive. Hyenas boast the most powerful jaws in the savannah, capable of crushing bones up to 7 centimeters thick. This allows them to access the nutritious marrow within, a resource few other predators can exploit. Sharing the plains with hyenas is another remarkable predator, the African wild dog. These animals are among the most endangered carnivores on the continent, yet their social lives and hunting prowess are legendary. African wild dogs are instantly recognizable by their mottled coats, each with a unique pattern. Built for speed and endurance, they are capable of covering vast distances in pursuit of prey. Their hunting strategy is a masterclass in teamwork. Packs, often numbering between 6 and 20 adults, coordinate their movements with precision, using high-pitched calls and body language to communicate. They relentlessly pursue antelope and other prey, often running them to exhaustion over several kilometers. This cooperative approach yields astonishing results. Wild dogs have a hunting success rate of up to 80%, making them the most efficient hunters on the African plains. Kruger National Park is a crucial refuge for these animals, supporting a population of 300 to 400 wild dogs in about 30 packs. Here, they roam vast territories, constantly on the move in search of food and safety. The social bonds within a wild dog pack are profound. All members participate in raising the young, with adults regurgitating food for the pups and standing guard over the den. This communal care ensures the survival of the next generation, even in the face of fierce competition and predation. The plains are also home to the iconic zebra, whose striking black and white stripes are more than just a visual marvel. They are a key to survival. Scientists believe these stripes serve multiple functions. They confuse predators by making it difficult to single out an individual in a moving herd, and they help deter biting flies, which are less likely to land on striped surfaces. Zebras are highly social, forming herds that can number in the hundreds. During migration, they often travel alongside wildebeest, forming massive mixed-species groups that offer safety in numbers and increase the chances of detecting predators early. This interspecies cooperation is a powerful survival strategy, reducing the risk of predation by about 30% for both zebras and wildebeest. The constant vigilance of many eyes means threats are spotted quickly, and the confusion of a stampede can foil even the most determined hunter. Despite their peaceful appearance, zebras are far from defenseless. A zebra's kick can deliver up to 300 newtons of force, enough to break the jaw of a lion or hyena and a powerful deterrent to would-be attackers. Together, the hyena, wild dog and zebra embody the diversity of survival strategies on the savannah. Each has evolved unique adaptations, social intelligence, cooperative hunting and physical defences that allow them to thrive in a world where danger is ever present. The hyena's strength lies in its social complexity and physical power, with clans that rival the most sophisticated societies in the animal kingdom. The wild dog's success is built on unity and care, where every member plays a role in the hunt and in nurturing the young. The zebra's survival depends on its keen senses, social bonds, and the ingenious use of stripes and alliances to outwit predators. Each of these animals is a vital thread in the intricate web of the African ecosystem, playing roles as crucial as those of the more famous Big Five. Their interactions shape the balance of life on the plains. Their stories are a testament to the resilience, ingenuity and interconnectedness of nature, proof that survival on the savannah is as much about cooperation and adaptation as it is about strength and speed. The drama of survival in South Africa is not limited to its largest inhabitants. Even the smallest creatures have developed extraordinary strategies to thrive in these wild lands. In the sun-baked Kalahari Desert, where the ground shimmers with heat and shade, is a rare luxury. Small, highly social mammals called meerkats have perfected the art of teamwork. Their sandy coats blend seamlessly with the arid landscape, providing natural camouflage from predators. Meerkats live in bustling underground colonies known as clans or mobs, which can have up to 40 members. Their burrow systems are intricate labyrinths, with multiple entrances and tunnels that offer protection from the scorching sun and lurking threats. Their society is a model of cooperation, best exemplified by their sentry system. At any moment, one meerkat stands tall, its slender body stretched upright, scanning the horizon with sharp, dark eyes, while the rest of the clan forages for insects, scorpions, and other small prey. The sentry perches on a termite mound or rocky outcrop, using its elevated position to spot danger from afar. Its vigilance is unwavering, ears twitching and nose quivering as it surveys the open desert. If a predator approaches, be it a swooping eagle or a slinking jackal, the lookout lets out a sharp, distinct alarm call. Instantly the clan scatters, diving into the safety of their burrows with astonishing speed and coordination. These clever creatures are not only masters of cooperation, but also skilled navigators, moving in single file across the open desert, their bodies low and alert, always aware of their surroundings. Research from the Kalahari Meerkat Project has revealed that meerkats use the sun as a natural compass, reading the shifting shadows to orient themselves. This remarkable adaptation ensures they can always find their way back to the safety of their home burrow after a long day of foraging. Within the clan, each meerkat has a role. Some act as babysitters, watching over the playful pups as they tumble and wrestle near the burrow entrance. Others teach the young how to handle dangerous prey, like scorpions, carefully removing the stinger before offering it as a lesson in survival. This intricate social structure and division of labour are the keys to their success in such a harsh environment. Every member contributes, from digging new tunnels to grooming one another, reinforcing the bonds that hold the clan together. The story of the meerkat is a powerful reminder that in nature, intelligence and cooperation can be just as important as size and strength. Their alert faces, filled with curiosity and determination, embody the spirit of survival on the African plains. From the dry desert, we journey to the cool, windswept coastline, where the land meets the restless sea. Here, among the rocks and crashing waves, lives a truly unexpected African resident, the African penguin. The African penguin is the only penguin species native to the continent. Colonies gather on sun-warmed boulders and sandy beaches, their black and white plumage standing out against the rugged coastline. Unlike their Antarctic relatives, these charming birds have adapted to a temperate climate. Their feathers are dense and waterproof, keeping them warm in chilly waters and dry on land, while their pink patches above the eyes help regulate body temperature in the African sun. In the ocean, African penguins are agile hunters, darting through the water with astonishing speed and grace. Their powerful flippers act like wings, propelling them after shimmering schools of sardines and anchovies, their streamlined bodies slicing through the surf. On land, their distinctive braying call echoes across the rocks, a sound so reminiscent of a donkey that it has earned them the nickname jackass penguin. These vocalizations help them find mates and communicate within the noisy colony. Yet despite their resilience and adaptability, the future of the African penguin is in grave danger. Chicks huddle alone on empty beaches, their downy feathers ruffled by the wind as the colony grows ever quieter. Once the beaches teemed with life, but now the population has suffered a staggering 99% decline since the early 20th century. Empty nests and abandoned burrows tell the story of a species in crisis. Recent surveys show that only around 9,900 breeding pairs remain, and their numbers continue to fall by nearly 8% each year. The remaining penguins cluster together for warmth and safety, their bonds more vital than ever. This dramatic decline is driven by a combination of threats. Overfishing has depleted their primary food sources, forcing them to swim farther and riskier distances. Oil spills stain their feathers, robbing them of insulation and buoyancy. Shifting ocean currents, altered by climate change, disrupt the delicate balance of their marine world. The plight of the African penguin is a stark warning about the fragility of even the most resilient species. As the sun sets over the Atlantic, a lone penguin stands at the water's edge, a symbol of both endurance and the urgent need to protect South Africa's wild wonders. South Africa's wild plains, teeming with life and diversity, are shaped by a constant struggle for survival. Yet beneath the surface of this natural wonder, a multitude of threats loom, some ancient, some new, and all deeply intertwined with the fate of the land's iconic species. The most immediate threats come from the environment itself. Droughts, once rare, now grip the land with increasing frequency and severity. Rivers that once flowed year-round now run dry for months, leaving herds of antelope and elephants to wander vast distances in search of water. The parched earth cracks and the grasslands wither, reducing the food available for grazers and, in turn, for the predators that depend on them. Wildfires, both natural and intensified by changing weather patterns, sweep across the plains and forests. These fires can clear away old growth, but when they burn too hot or too often, they destroy habitats faster than they can recover. In January 2024, for example, wildfires scorched over 25,000 hectares on the Cape Peninsula, erasing vital shelter and food sources for countless animals. The climate itself is shifting. Unpredictable storms, sudden cold snaps, and prolonged heat waves disrupt the delicate balance of life. Some species, like the white-backed vulture, are especially vulnerable to these changes as their breeding and feeding cycles are closely tied to the seasons. When the rains fail or come at the wrong time, entire generations can be lost. Habitat loss is another silent but relentless threat. As forests shrink and grasslands fragment, animals find themselves isolated in ever smaller pockets of wilderness. This isolation makes it harder for them to find mates, leading to inbreeding and a weakening of the population's genetic health. Predators, too, are affected. Lions and leopards must roam farther to find prey, sometimes venturing into unfamiliar or dangerous territories. The natural web of life is also threatened by disease. When animal populations are forced into close quarters by shrinking habitats, illnesses can spread rapidly. Outbreaks of anthrax, rabies and bovine tuberculosis have swept through herds and flocks, sometimes decimating entire groups before the ecosystem can recover. Predation, a fundamental part of the wild, can become a threat when the balance is upset. If prey species decline due to drought or disease, predators may struggle to find enough food, leading to starvation or increased competition. Conversely, if predator numbers rise unchecked, they can overhunt vulnerable populations, pushing them closer to local extinction. Even the smallest creatures face peril. Insects and pollinators, essential for the health of plants and the animals that feed on them, are sensitive to changes in temperature and rainfall. A decline in bees or butterflies can ripple through the food web, affecting everything from birds to large mammals. The interconnectedness of these threats means that a single event, like a drought, a fire, or a disease outbreak, can trigger a cascade of consequences. When one species suffers, others soon follow, and the intricate balance that sustains South Africa's wild wonders is put at risk. In this land of beauty and danger, survival is never guaranteed. The animals of South Africa's plains must constantly adapt to a world in flux, where the next challenge may come from the sky, the earth, or the very air they breathe. Yet, despite these formidable threats, life endures. The resilience of these creatures and the ecosystems they inhabit is a testament to the power and fragility of nature itself. As the first rays of sunlight spill across the South African savannah, a quiet promise stirs in the golden grass, a promise that, despite immense challenges, hope endures in the wild heart of this land. Across these vast plains, the Big Five and countless other creatures continue their ancient rituals of survival. Herds of elephants move with gentle determination, matriarchs guiding their young through the bush, teaching them the secret paths to water and safety. Lions, ever watchful, prowl the tall grass at dawn, their cubs tumbling in play, learning the skills they will need to thrive. Each sunrise brings new challenges, but also new opportunities for life to flourish. The resilience of these animals is nothing short of remarkable. Rhinos, once on the brink, now graze peacefully in protected reserves, their movements tracked by invisible signals that help keep them safe from harm. High above, silent drones glide over the landscape, their watchful eyes ensuring that the wild inhabitants below can roam freely, undisturbed by threats that once seemed insurmountable. In some places, rhinos bear the mark of survival, horns carefully removed to protect them from poachers. Yet, even without their iconic horns, these gentle giants remain symbols of hope and endurance, adapting to a changing world with quiet strength. The results are visible. In certain reserves, poaching has dropped dramatically and the land breathes easier. The animals sense the change, their movements more relaxed, their herds growing stronger with each passing season. Elephants too have found new sanctuaries. Their family bonds, unbroken by hardship, are a testament to the power of unity in the wild. Calves splash in muddy waterholes, watched over by wise elders who remember both the dangers and the triumphs of the past. Wild dogs, once vanishingly rare, now race across the plains in vibrant packs, their coordinated hunts a marvel of instinct and cooperation. Each new litter is a victory, a sign that the wild is not only surviving but beginning to thrive once more. The land itself is healing, forests are returning to places long barren, and rivers run clearer as the balance of nature is restored. Every tree that takes root, every blade of grass that sways in the wind is a step toward a wilder, more vibrant future. Yet the future remains uncertain. Storm clouds gather on the horizon, and the path ahead is not without peril. But the wild has always been a place of resilience, where life finds a way, no matter the odds. With every sunrise, hope is renewed. The animals of South Africa's plains stand as living proof that, given a chance, nature can recover and even flourish. The resilience of these wild wonders, their ability to adapt and endure, is a beacon for us all. Their survival is a testament to the enduring power of life itself. Every rhino calf that takes its first steps, every wild dog that returns to the hunt, every acre of land restored to wilderness, these are victories worth celebrating. The story of South Africa's wild wonders is far from over. It is a story of survival, of struggle, and of the unbreakable spirit of the natural world. As the lion's roar echoes at dawn and elephants cross the ancient plains, we are reminded that the wild endures, and with hope it will continue to do so for generations to come. If the resilience of nature is honoured and protected, the mighty roar of the lion and the deep rumble of the elephant will echo across these timeless lands for centuries yet to come. In the quiet hours between the shadows and the sun, another legend of the South African wild emerges, the cheetah. Sleek and silent, this elusive predator is built for one thing: speed. With a slender frame, long limbs and a flexible spine, the cheetah is nature's fastest land animal, capable of reaching breathtaking speeds of up to 70 miles per hour in a matter of seconds. But speed alone does not guarantee survival. The cheetah's life is a delicate dance, balancing power and vulnerability. Unlike the lion's brute strength or the leopard's stealth, the cheetah relies on precision and timing. It selects its prey with care, stalking quietly through the tall grass, muscles coiled like springs beneath its spotted coat. Every hunt is a test of patience and explosive energy. When the moment is right, the chase begins. Acceleration is instant, each stride covering up to 25 feet, claws gripping the earth for traction as the cheetah closes the gap in a blur of motion. For a few fleeting seconds, it is the undisputed champion of the savannah, wind whistling past as it zeroes in on its target. Yet the chase is a gamble. A miss means precious energy lost, and the cheetah must rest and recover before trying again. After a successful hunt, the cheetah's work is far from over. Unlike other big cats, it cannot defend its meal from stronger predators. With keen eyes always watching, the cheetah eats quickly, ever alert for the approach of lions or hyenas. Survival depends on caution and speed, not just on the hunt, but in every moment of its life. Family bonds are strong among cheetah siblings, who often stay together in coalitions, hunting and surviving as a team. Mothers raise their cubs in secrecy, moving them frequently to keep them safe from danger. Every cub that grows strong enough to run is a small miracle, a new hope for the future of this remarkable species. The cheetah's existence is a testament to the beauty and fragility of South Africa's wild heart. It is a life lived in the margins, always on the edge, shaped by the eternal race against time and danger. Yet in each pulse-pounding sprint, the cheetah embodies the spirit of the wild, swift, graceful, and fiercely alive. As the sun dips below the horizon and the last golden rays fade, a transformation sweeps across the African savannah. The land, so vibrant and alive by day, slips into a realm of shadows, where a different cast of characters takes the stage. Here, in the deep blue hush of night, the savannah reveals its secret life, one that thrives beyond the reach of human eyes. A chorus of sounds fills the cool air. Crickets begin their rhythmic symphony, joined by the haunting calls of nightjars and the distant whoop of a hyena. The grass rustles softly as tiny rodents scurry under cover, foraging for seeds before the moonlight exposes them. In the low branches, bush babies leap from tree to tree, their wide eyes glowing as they hunt for insects and fruit. Predators adapt to the darkness in their own ways. Lions, having rested through the heat of the day, rise to prowl the savannah under cover of darkness. Their roars echo across the plains, staking their claim and warning rivals to keep their distance. The leopard, master of nocturnal stealth, slips silently through the undergrowth, its rosette-spotted coat almost invisible in the darkness. With every careful step it scans for prey, an unsuspecting antelope or a dozing monkey. Meanwhile, the aardvark emerges from its burrow, snout twitching as it searches for termites and ants. With powerful claws it digs into mounds, feasting on the bounty hidden within. Owls glide silently overhead, their keen vision piercing the gloom as they hunt for small mammals. Even the mighty elephant is not immune to the magic of night. Herds move quietly, communicating with low rumbles that travel for miles, their silhouettes monumental against the starlit sky. Zebras and wildebeest huddle together for safety, ever watchful for the glint of predatory eyes. Night is a time of heightened senses and constant vigilance. For every animal, survival depends on adaptation. keen hearing, sharp vision, or the ability to vanish into the shadows. The savannah at night is a world of whispers and wonders, where life endures in silence and secrecy. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal creatures retreat, and the first calls of birds signal the return of light. But for those who witness the mysteries of the night, the memory lingers, a reminder that the wild never truly sleeps. In the heart of South Africa, every night is a testament to resilience, ingenuity, and the eternal dance of life. As dawn's first light sweeps across the savannah, another world awakens, one not defined by paws or claws, but by feathers. South Africa is home to over 850 species of birds, each playing a vital role in the tapestry of life. From the lush forests to arid deserts, wetlands to mountain peaks, birds fill the skies with colour, song and purpose. In the wetlands, the unmistakable silhouette of the African fish eagle soars overhead, its piercing cry echoing across the water. With razor-sharp talons, it swoops down to snatch fish from the surface, keeping aquatic populations in balance. Nearby, flocks of flamingos gather, their curved bills filtering algae and tiny invertebrates from the shallows, painting the water pink with their presence. Vibrant, lilac-breasted rollers perch atop acacia trees, scanning for insects and small reptiles. Their dazzling plumage is more than a spectacle. It's a signal in complex courtship rituals. In the dense thickets, the secretive Cape robin chat flits through the undergrowth, its melodious song heralding the new day and marking its territory. High above the plains, vultures circle on rising thermals. These scavengers are nature's clean-up crew, preventing the spread of disease by swiftly devouring remains left by larger predators. Meanwhile, the tiny sunbird hovers at wildflowers, its iridescent throat flashing as it sips nectar and pollinates the blooms, ensuring the next generation of plants. Even the ostrich, the world's largest bird, strides across open grasslands. Though flightless, its speed and powerful legs make it a formidable presence, able to outrun most predators. Ground hornbills, with their deep booming calls, patrol the savannah, hunting insects and small animals, and keeping pest populations in check. Each species is uniquely adapted, some with beaks designed for cracking seeds, others for probing mud or catching insects mid-flight. Their colours and calls are as varied as the landscapes they inhabit. Together, birds are pollinators, seed dispersers, pest controllers and scavengers. They link ecosystems, connecting rivers, forests and grasslands in a web of life. As sunlight climbs higher and the chorus fades, the birds of South Africa remind us that the skies are as wild and wondrous as the land below. In every flutter, song and silent glide, they uphold the rhythms of the wild, an avian symphony soaring over the heart of Africa. Beneath the vast African sky, ribbons of water carve their way across the land, rivers and wetlands that pulse with life. These aquatic arteries are the lifeblood of South Africa, nourishing a tapestry of habitats that teem with remarkable wildlife. Along the gentle meanders of the Okavango and the thundering course of the Limpopo, a secret world thrives. In the shallows, hippos wallow, their massive forms submerged beneath water lilies, surfacing only to breathe and bellow. Nearby, sleek Nile crocodiles glide silently, masters of patience and ambush, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The wetlands are a sanctuary for countless creatures. Frogs chorus at dusk, their calls rising in a symphony that marks the rhythm of the rainy season. Tiny reed frogs cling to papyrus stems, while dragonflies dart above the surface, their iridescent wings catching the sunlight. Among the reeds and floating islands, elusive Sitatunga antelope tiptoe with splayed hooves, perfectly adapted to the marshy ground. Water monitors patrol the banks, their forked tongues sampling the humid air for scents of prey. Wading birds like the stately African jacana step lightly across lily pads, their long toes spreading their weight. Here fish-eagles and kingfishers compete for glittering silver prizes, diving with precision and grace. The wetlands also offer refuge to rare and secretive creatures. The spotted-necked otter, playful and agile, slips through the channels in search of fish and crustaceans. Every droplet, pool and channel forms a mosaic, an interconnected web that sustains life far beyond its banks. Rivers and wetlands filter water, prevent floods and provide a safe haven for the young and the vulnerable. As the dry season tightens its grip, these watery realms become a vital refuge, drawing animals from miles around to drink, feed and survive. In the heart of South Africa, rivers and wetlands are not just landscapes, they are lifelines, shaping the destinies of every creature that depends on their ever-changing embrace. Beneath the towering grass and tangled roots, a hidden world pulses with life, one built by South Africa's tiniest inhabitants. Insects and small creatures, often overlooked, are the silent engines that keep the wild kingdom running. Here, armies of termites construct vast underground fortresses, their mud towers rising like miniature skyscrapers from the earth. These tireless workers aerate the soil, recycle dead plant matter, and provide shelter for countless other species. At dawn the air shimmers with the iridescent wings of butterflies and beetles, each one a living jewel, pollinating flowers and nourishing the food chain. Diligent dung beetles roll their prize across the savannah, sculpting the land as they bury nutrients back into the soil. Ants march in endless lines, farmers, warriors and scavengers, transforming the landscape with tunnels and teamwork. Praying mantises, stick insects and orb-weaver spiders lie in wait, camouflaged against leaves and bark, masters of patience and surprise. Even the smallest frogs and geckos play their part, feasting on swarms of mosquitoes and keeping insect populations in balance. Leafcutter bees buzz from blossom to blossom, ensuring the next generation of wildflowers will bloom. As the sun sets, a new caste emerges. Fireflies blink in the twilight, sending silent signals across the grasslands, while bush crickets fill the night with their rhythmic song. Each tiny creature, from the humblest ant to the most dazzling dragonfly, is a vital thread in the fabric of life. In South Africa's wild tapestry, these miniature marvels are the unsung architects, shaping, supporting and sustaining a world far larger than themselves. Their stories may be small, but their impact is immense.